Yes, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Broad Talks, where we talk all things watches and football, presented by myself, Henry, with my co-host, Kieran Richardson.
How are you, bro?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm all good.
So today we're doing another episode of what we call Ballers Collections.
I'm really enjoying this episode we're doing, and I know a lot of people who I talk to, feedback-wise, enjoy it as also.
So we've got a big one.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, yeah.
Well, there's two GOATs, but the GOAT.
But I think he's, like, in my opinion, solidified himself as the GOAT because of the World Cup.
Yeah.
The Argentinian king.
Lionel Messi.
You
know what? I'll give you that one. Even though I'm both fans, but
yeah.
You're right.
But obviously, you got your connection to Ronaldo.
Correct.
Everyone knows that from your United days. But Messi's got that the humble goatness to him, whereas Ronaldo's got the arrogant goatness to him. You know.
Yeah, nay. But anyway, Karen, let's go.
Let's get into the watches that they've got.
So what I've noticed as well with Messi in the last probably 12 months, he's going hard in the watch collection, right? He used to be always like quiet.
He must be building that retirement fund.
Yeah, I feel like now that he's coming towards the end of his career, I'm seeing him pop up with so many watches. He's actually spending his money now.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like. He's spending his dough.
I feel like he might have got away from all that trouble they have with all the tax. He's like, oh, this is the place where to put the money.
Yeah. So where I want to start with his whole Messi, what we're talking about his collection. Before we get into his actual collection, we see posted around the whole world everywhere. I'm going to go back way in 2012.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, I was buying APs then. He did an AP collaboration. Royal Oak, chronograph. Used to call it Messi. He used to call it the Messi watch. And I remember it came out in 2012. I wasn't really a big fan to this model. It never really took off. But it's still a collaboration of AP no one really talks about. Maybe he should do another collaboration with AP.
Well, we will have an episode coming out soon as well about all of AP's collaborations, but maybe they should
do another one. Maybe they can't afford him now. Like he's too.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if you're talking about marketing a product these days, obviously back in 2012 he was still huge.
Yes.
But these days, when you think of football, other than like Mbappe, like he's really the guy you want.
Is for sure. So going back to that collaboration, they brought out a rose gold and titanium version. 500 pieces they made limited. It's a limited edition production, and also the reference of the watch was 26325. That's the reference of the watch. So look it up, people. We'll pop it up anyway. So I didn't really like it personally.
What do you think of it now, looking back, like retrospectively?
I would probably wear it. I think they're good value right now.
I feel like that watch at the time is like not hot, but like as a watch goes vintage, that would be...
Yeah, so let me get back to it. So it came in 3 different materials. Rose gold, steel, and platinum. Obviously, rose gold, there was 400 pieces made. The steel version was 500 pieces. And the platinum, the most precious. The most precious, rare, only 100 pieces.
So 1,000 total?
1,000 total. So I've never actually seen a platinum one in the flesh.
But you've seen the other two?
I've seen the other two.
I haven't seen any, but...
Yeah. The platinum one has a blue dial, which is nice. And the other two have like slate grey dials. And also all 3 combinations are made with, they have a combo with titanium as well. The bezel's all titanium.
So they've all got titanium and their own metals?
Yes.
So how much do you think a watch like that in today's market is fetching? Is it hard to tell? Or?
No, it's not hard to tell. Honestly, the steel one you'll get around low £20,000. I think it's quite a good buy. You know what? Going back to your question, I actually kind of like the look of it now.
Yeah.
But back then, I hated it.
What's coming to my head now is thinking, imagine Maradona released a watch back when he was playing and it wasn't hot then. Imagine how much that watch would be worth now. Yeah. So like with these Messi watches, let's buy it now. Let's not think about what it is in the next 20, 30 years.
So true.
Like think about what's going to be happening in 50 years. Oh, you've got the best footballer of all. Like he made 1,000 watches, and you've got the best footballer of all time.
Imagine if there was like a AP Senna, Ayrton Senna.
Exactly.
Passed away. He's like, I would want that watch 100%. Yeah,
like we're talking like our kids these days, like their kids, like they're gonna have that potential there. If there was only 1,000 made, and if this is the only collaboration he's done, like we're talking like this could be big. Yeah,
it could be big, and so. The steel one's a low £20,000. The rose you can pick up between 27, 30k, and the platinum one obviously going to be more money. But I think with the platinum one you can kind of like it wouldn't be no more than £50,000, but you can kind of like say what you want because it's so rare.
Yeah. The fact that it's much more limited than the others, that just makes it that much
Yeah,
better,
and they obviously they're all got Messi on the back of the case. I'm sure the box had Messi's signature in the box or something like that, if I remember.
They would have missed a trick there if they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But what we've noticed about Messi moving on from the AP is that he's taken a particular liking to a certain brand of watches.
For me, the GOAT brand.
Yeah.
Patek.
Yeah, he had a lot of his collection's Patek.
Yeah.
So we've stuck to Patek today.
Yeah, so today we stuck to we're talking about all his Pateks, right? Some of them.
He's got Rolexes, but a lot of them are entry level. And, you know, if you talk about those watches, every footballer's got them.
Yeah.
So it's worth talking about watches that some other footballers might not have.
Mm-hmm. And the fair with his Pateks is obviously he's getting them at list price, which is amazing. He's investing in Patek, but he's literally doubling his money as well. It's like a no-brainer for him.
100%.
You know?
Let's start with a grand complication.
Yes.
A 5271/12P.
Beautiful watch. Red rubies. I think it's 80 baguette cut red rubies around the bezel. For me, it's a wow watch. I would love to own one of those.
Big boy list, right?
Big boy list, like £300,000 the list is.
Yeah.
And it also came out in blue as well. A blue version came. Blue sapphires.
These haven't.
He should have got a blue one.
Yeah.
For Argentina, right? Why did he get red?
They should have made one special for him in the light blue as well.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah.
But you know Patek, they're like, it's Patek, right?
Yeah. Like you say like obviously he gets them at list. I was thinking, imagine making someone like Messi wait on the list.
I know, you can't.
Imagine getting a call from Messi and being like, sorry, we don't have that.
I feel like when you're that sort of stature, one of the most famous people in the world, it's literally
free marketing.
It's free marketing. You pick up the phone, I want this watch now. Within, I reckon, 2 weeks, he's got it.
So is that watch limited?
No, it's not limited edition, but obviously being such rare gem sets, they don't make so many per year.
Yeah, it's impossible to like manufacture loads.
Yeah, obviously from what I experienced with my clients, some of them are asking for them. They've been waiting 2 years for them already. It's taken a while.
Yeah, I remember when they first came out, and they didn't even have the list prices weren't even available at the time. Yeah, obviously it's come to fruition now. Moving on to a similar watch from the same family, the 5270P, the green dial. Yeah,
so obviously there's similar family, both perpetual calendars, chronographs. This watch, obviously I had the yellow gold version, don't I? The J.
Yeah.
Obviously this is being platinum, precious metal, more. The dial is a green lacquered dial. I think it looks cool. I like this watch.
I really like this style from Patek.
Yeah. It's mad because when I was like your age, I was always against the round watches. I'm sure people watching now don't like the round watches with the complications. I'm not even your age. I'm going back like 8 years, 7 years ago. Yeah. I hated it. I didn't like all these round watches. But now it's the only watches I really like.
I feel like it's timeless, you know.
Yes.
There can be, that kind of shape is very vintage. It might change in the future, but like,
it's timeless.
They're new, but it's almost like you're wearing a
honestly,
watch.
It's timeless. I think anyone who around my age group, 39, 40s and got above, I think it's kind of like the just timeless look and just classic.
So that watch is at 188,000 list.
It's a lot. It's a lot of list. The market right now, that watch is down. I think you can pick them up now for like 140s. So it's under list right now. It's kind of a great watch. I actually like the strap as well, the black and the green trim on the strap. Yeah. Really nice.
It's really nice detail they do, isn't it?
They do so many good details in that watch, and it's so undervalued. Honestly, these are great buys for people.
Yeah, I think it comes back to what you were saying about the whole circular watch. Is that it has to be really special for, like, it's not very often that they go over, like, especially with Patek, over list. Yeah,
some of them do go over list, but a lot of them do go under. But obviously, because of the market's down right now, go back 10 years ago, all these round watches were under list. Even Celestials, 61704Rs, they're all down. They would never over list, but now they went over list in the high market, but now they're coming back down.
Because they're so expensive, right?
For example, 188 grand is a lot of money, right?
Yeah. And then the one before, the Red Ruby, 300,000, like,
it's big dough.
Yeah.
It's like this is like the 1% of the world can afford this type of watch.
Moving on to another expensive watch is the 7968/300.
Oh yeah, the Aquanaut Rainbow.
Yeah.
Even though
this doesn't suit everyone, I will say. It's a tough
You know, I've had 2 of those. I've sold 2 of those in the last 12 months. I love it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me personally, I love it. And also,
I imagine you love that red as well.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that strap.
You know what I mean? Anything gem set, I love gem set stuff, right? Factory. 40 sapphire, multi sapphires around the bezel. It's got like a 2-layer bezel. Like a rainbow layer, multicolored sapphires, 40, I think it's 40 set gems, and it's also got white diamonds, baguettes, another 40 also around the bezel. Sorry, I can't get my words out there. Our markers have all got sapphires also. For me, you know what? They actually made this watch for a lady. It's 39mm.
Yeah, but
but we're going back to we keep saying everything's going smaller now.
It is. And with that watch, I didn't expect them to, like, why I think it sort of broke the world when it first came out. I didn't expect them to do that on the Aquanaut.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
Usually, like, you see it makes sense on the ground complications and the Nautilus, like it fits that shape. Whereas the Aquanaut is almost quite a weird shape. To gem set on, but it works really well with that watch.
And the Aquanaut's always been for sports, right? It's a sporty watch. It's a
it's quite strange, isn't it?
Yeah, rubber strap.
Gem set sports watch.
Chronograph. I think it works. And they're very hard to get hold of. Honestly, you can't even get that watch.
No.
You need to be a proper, obviously Messi can get it, but people like normal clients, you've got to proper be a VVIP, spend a lot of money, having a big relationship with Patek to even get that watch.
Because that's, once again, that's an 180,000 mark.
So that's 180,000 mark, right, list. But I've sold that watch for nearly 300k.
Yeah. So it's funny, isn't it? You go back to one of their famous shapes, the Aquanaut.
Yeah.
And it is above list. And we were talking earlier about the circular shape of its under list. It's funny how that's working out. But obviously that's a massive watch.
Yeah, I think anything rainbow, even on Rolex, it's like the iconic thing of watches, right? For gem set.
If there's anything that's like a conversation starter, it's a rainbow gem set Aquanaut for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Next one, 5712 on the full bracelet.
I love it. Well, no, when it came out, I can't remember what date it came out. Last year or year before?
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I always loved the steel one. It was always my favourite.
Yeah, your steel version's your favourite.
Yeah, it was. And then everyone's like saying there was one watch release that they made it in rows, and everyone's like, oh, it's such an amazing watch. It's the most rare watch in the world because they've never released this. And then they released it that year.
Yeah.
So obviously that deaded that. But I still prefer it still, but the rose one is special.
Yeah, it's funny because the full bracelet works for me, but the leather version, I hated it.
Yeah.
The 5712 on the leather, I didn't really, sorry, I shouldn't say I hated it. I don't hate it. I'll still buy one at the right price.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I would choose another watch over that.
Yeah.
But bringing it on the bracelet now, I would happily go straight to that and buy that watch.
I think it's the comparison, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they only ever released it on the leather, I might love it a bit more.
Yeah.
But because you've got the comparison to that.
Put it this way, I'd rather wear a 5712 on the bracelet than a 5711 bracelet. Yeah. I'd rather wear the 5712.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And that list, 71,000.
£71,000. To be fair, you can pick them up now around 130.
Yeah.
So even though it's near double, still near double, not far off.
Not back what it was 4 years ago, but that's still big money. So strong.
Yeah, it protects the brand. Was so strong.
And talking as strong, we're talking one of the biggest watches ever to be released, arguably. Like what probably blew the market.
It did
off the Tiffany 5711/1A.
Yeah, when it first came out, the hype was just unbearable, wasn't it? I remember we did a video about it. I think it was like 4 was it in auction? It sold for like, was it $5 million?
Yeah. The first person I saw with it was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's as soon as I saw that. And then the next person was LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like we're talking.
There's only 170 pieces made, but we're talking super Messi stature getting them.
List wise, it wasn't even high.
No, list is not high. I think it's like $50-something.
This wasn't about This wasn't a money grab.
It wasn't about that. It's about
they're not expensive watches, like, realistically.
And also, obviously, to buy this watch, you have to be Tiffany. Have to give it to you. So it's not like Patek are gonna give it to you. You got to buy it through the Tiffany, who Tiffany have a collaboration with Patek in their store, and they make them watches for them. If you go back to all the watches we've seen in the past with Tiffany writing, the little writing Tiffany in the dial.
I thought about this. I think this release of this 5711 has made all the other Tiffany watches go up as well.
Yeah, you're right. It's gave it a more of a
it's like
Tiffany.
Yeah,
but the difference is the color,
the
color in the dial. All the other ones don't have the color dial. They just got the writing, right? They're just Tiffany somewhere in the dial, small print. But this one has got the whole Tiffany color, the whole. It just went bang, didn't it, when it first came out?
And in the same year, they released the Air Forces as well.
Air Forces, all the black, they're lovely.
Yeah, you're just seeing all these rappers walk around with it.
So obviously, it's drawn back. The market's come down on those watches. Last one I saw, I think it was like $2.3 million.
we're saying come down.
Yeah, it's obviously it's never going to come nowhere near $50,000 whatever the list was. Yeah. It's impossible.
But it's just funny. So like we're talking going from 5 mil to 2.2.
I feel like as well, because they made 170 of them, I reckon they've allocated probably like 50 of them to like just superstars basically. Yeah. So they don't have to go into
Makes
Tiffany.
It almost look more unattainable.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the rest of the other watches, there was an always thing where you got to be a Tiffany client and actually buy loads of jewelry in Tiffany, millions of dollars worth, to even get anywhere near it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if not one person bought it. You know, if they were all
given to them.
If all of them were given out.
No, I maybe,
because if you're thinking about it, like
$50,000 whatever is nothing.
Yeah, and like you times that by let's say 100, like in comparison to like Patek and Tiffany, we're talking like minuscule numbers. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was all a marketing thing.
It is a marketing thing, but I do feel like they can only do so much because they've still got another 110 of those they want to sell, right?
So do you think Messi got given one?
No, I reckon he paid the list. No, honestly, I do.
Yeah,
because he's got his recently in the last 12 months.
Do you think he's bought it like from Tiffany, or do you think?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I reckon.
When it comes to like 2 mil, he wouldn't even touch the sides for it.
I know, but I reckon he might have actually got it from not Tiffany the boutique.
No,
actually Patek on the phone, Stern on the phone, getting one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and someone's pulled some strings somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he deserves the string to be pulled because we're talking about the GOAT of all football right now. So
Patek needs to make him a watch in his Argentina colours and in the Barcelona colours.
If I own these brands, I would definitely, the biggest stars in the world, I'd make them a piece uniques.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like if they're doing it for Ed Sheeran, like don't get me wrong.
AP doing it.
Well, Patek have done it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
They did, didn't they? Yeah.
They made him this is sick. The travel time with all the places that he went on his tour, so you can know what time it is.
And I think also he's got like one with his hometown on there as well.
Yeah, Ipswich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're making it for Ed. Then really,
like, and it's no disrespect to Ed Sheeran, but
no,
we're talking Messi's probably the most famous person in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with Ed it's different because he actually got a true love for horology.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
When I watch interviews and watch him, I can sense it. He really loves his watches. It's not about them doubling his money.
No.
He just loves it, right? Whereas you see Messi, I don't know personally, even though he's making his collection now. Ed's just got that John Mayer about him.
He does.
They love it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like me, just love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So. And I feel like the Patek family, they see that and they draw to that. They draw to that, you know. But yeah,
that's been it. That's all the watches that we've got from Messi's collection that we picked out.
He's got so many. I've seen him with green Aquanauts, 5740s, Perpetual calendars. There was too many.
Gem set Rolexes.
Yeah, there was too many to go through.
Basic date just like he's got them like Pandas. He's got them all, but they were 4 or 5 that we thought were worth notable to talk about from his collection.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to continue as well. Just keep buying and buying. We're going to move on to one different in the next video. Yeah. Or the next time we do Ballers Collections. We will. The other goat. So, yeah, guess who it's going to be? I think we've given it away. Yeah. But guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget. Subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Yep. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you're thinking of the Ballers Collections. And we'll catch you in the next one. Yeah, guys, bring me loads of questions. I want to answer questions in the comments. We're going to do a Q&A soon. Are we? Yeah, we're going to do a Q&A soon. Wicked.